Listen to me. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, is the most important moment of your life. You didn't press play on this by accident. Something inside of you, call it your soul, your higher self, your hunger led you here. You're not just here to hear something. You're here to awaken something. Because let's be honest, you're tired of settling. You're tired of waking up to the same damn patterns, the same doubts, the same voices in your head telling you you're not enough, that your time is later, that greatness is for someone else. I've got news for you. You were born for more. But life doesn't hand out purpose on a silver platter. You've got to fight for it. You've got to decide that you're done being a prisoner of your past, done being at the mercy of your emotions, and done waiting for permission. If you're waiting for someone to come rescue you, that person is never showing up, because you are the hero you've been waiting for. This right here is not just a speech. It's a wake-up call. It's a reminder of who the hell you really are when you stop listening to the lies, to the fear, to the world that tries to put you in a box. So I'm going to challenge you, don't just listen to this once. Make this your ritual. Let these words pierce through the noise and rewire your identity. Make this the fuel that drives you forward when everything around you says quit. Because if you can raise your standard every single day, I promise you, you won't just change your life. You'll transform your destiny. Now buckle up, turn your volume up, and lean all the way in, because what you're about to hear might just change everything. Emotion is the ultimate force that drives every decision, every action, every result in your life. Most people think they need more information, more time, more luck, but that's a lie. What they really need is the ability to get into a powerful state on command, because when you're in a peak emotional state, you do things differently. You see clearer, you believe deeper, you act bolder. But if you let your emotions be something that just happens, if you live your life as a reaction to the world around you, then you're not living, you're surviving. You have to understand this. Emotion is energy in motion. Whatever emotion you live in most consistently becomes your reality. If you live in fear, you attract more reasons to be afraid. If you live in gratitude, you find more to be grateful for. If you live in anger, you create conflict. If you live in confidence, you generate breakthroughs. The quality of your life is not shaped by what happens to you, but by the meaning you give it and the emotion that meaning creates. That's your power, that's your edge. You can have a strategy, you can have goals, you can even have all the resources, but if your emotional home is built on stress, insecurity, doubt, you'll sabotage it all. Why? Because the nervous system obeys emotion before logic. The body obeys feeling before reason. If you want to change your life, you don't start with your schedule, you start with your state. So what do? We train it, we condition our emotions the same way an athlete conditions their muscles. We feed the mind every single day. You can't expect to be strong mentally and emotionally if you're consuming garbage, surrounding yourself with toxicity, or waking up with no ritual, no routine, no sense of direction. That's like going to battle without armor. This is why I say don't wait for emotion to strike you. You must strike it. You must summon it. Create rituals that shift your physiology. Breathe with power. Move with intensity. Speak with conviction. Choose gratitude when life throws you pain. Choose courage when fear creeps in. Interrupt the pattern. Take control. Because if you don't master your emotions, they will master you. And I promise you, the world doesn't slow down for you to catch up. You want to live an extraordinary life. Learn to access an extraordinary emotional state every single day. It's not a one-time event. It's a practice. It's a decision. It's a way of living. And when you wire that into your nervous system, when you make that your new home, your life will never be the same again, every single day, you are either conditioning your mind to win or letting the world condition it to settle. There's no middle ground. You're either rising or falling, and most people, they wake up and they let life hit them first. They roll over, check their phone, and they're instantly reacting to emails, to problems, to someone else's agenda. They're not creating the day, they're surviving it, and that's why they stay stuck. That's why they never break through. Because the mind is like a muscle, and if you don't train it with purpose, it gets weak. It gets sloppy. It becomes your prison instead of your power. You can't expect your mind to produce greatness if you only feed it negativity. You can't demand focus, drive, clarity, confidence, and passion if you start your day with distraction, self-doubt, and noise. Your brain needs direction. Your spirit needs fuel. Every morning is a battleground. The second you open your eyes, you've got a choice. Set the tone of your day or let the world do it for you. One will make you a leader, the other a follower. That's why I say, condition your mind like a warrior trains his body, not once, not when it's convenient, not when you feel like it, but every single day with intensity, with commitment, with purpose. Create a ritual that anchors you, prime your emotions, move your body, breathe, speak your truth out loud. Remind yourself who the hell you are before the world tries to make you forget, because the world will test you. Life will hit you, and when it does, it won't matter what you know, it'll matter what you've conditioned, what's wired into your nervous system, what comes out of you when pressure hits. The reason most people collapse under pressure isn't because they're weak, it's because they haven't trained for war. They haven't prepared for the challenge. They haven't made strength their standard. You don't become mentally tough when everything's going right. You become mentally tough by training when it's uncomfortable, by doing the work when nobody's watching, by programming your brain with so much certainty, so much clarity, that even chaos bows in your presence. So I want you to understand something. Inspiration is temporary, motivation fades, but conditioning, that's permanent. That's the blueprint. That's what turns vision into reality. So from this day forward, don't just hope for better days. Don't just want a breakthrough. Condition yourself for one. Build the mindset, build the emotion, build the habits daily, unshakable, non-negotiable, because when your mind becomes your weapon, nothing, no fear, no failure, no past can stop what's coming for you. Your life will change the moment you decide, not when you wish, not when it's convenient, not when everyone else agrees. The power is in the decision, but not just any decision. I'm talking about a decision that has no exit, no retreat, no backup plan. Because the truth is, most people never succeed at the highest level because they never go all in. They leave the back door open. They make a choice, but it's conditional. It's soft. It's I'll try. You know what try means. It means you're already preparing to fail. It means your commitment has cracks in it. If you want to rise, if you want to dominate, if you want to build a life that's unshakable, you've got to make a real decision. One where you don't look back. One where you cut off every other possibility. You burn the boats. You say, this is who I am now. This is what I'm doing, and there is no turning back. That's where transformation happens. Not in the comfort zone, not when you're negotiating with your excuses, but when you look your fear in the face and say, you don't own me anymore. It's in that moment of raw, undeniable commitment that your identity shifts. Your nervous system lights up. Your brain stops asking, can I do this? And starts asking, how will I do this? That's the shift. That's where momentum is born, and here's the truth. Until you reach that point, you're just dabbling. You're still flirting with your potential, and the universe doesn't respond to hesitation. It responds to certainty. Greatness doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from being committed no matter what. It comes from waking up every day with fire in your gut and saying, I don't care how hard it gets, I'm not backing down. And let me tell you, the moment you show life that kind of conviction, doors will open. People will feel your presence. Your energy will shift rooms. Opportunities will find you because your certainty becomes magnetic. But you must decide. You must commit so deeply that even when it's hard, even when it hurts, you don't back off. That's where you build muscle. That's where the breakthrough lives, on the other side of your most intense resistance. And you don't need 10 steps. You don't need permission. All you need is that one moment where you look yourself in the mirror and declare, I'm done playing small. I'm done hiding. This is my time. So burn the boats. Let go of the fallback plan. Be bold enough to bet everything on yourself. Because once you do that, once you commit with your entire being, your focus sharpens, your courage multiplies, and your life aligns. That's when the impossible becomes your new normal. You are either the thermostat in your life or the thermometer. You either set the temperature, the tone, the energy, the standard, or you react to what's happening around you. And most people, they're thermometers. They walk into a room, and if it's negative, they get negative. If someone complains, they complain. If life gets tough, they shrink. They let the outside world control their inner world. And that's why they stay stuck in patterns, stuck in low energy, stuck in mediocrity. But if you're going to rise, if you're going to lead, if you're going to live a life that actually means something, you've got to flip the switch. You've got to become the thermostat. What does that mean? It means you stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop needing people to agree with you, to support you, to validate you. You stop reacting. You start creating. You set the tone before anyone else does. You walk in with energy, with clarity, with intention, with presence. You lead the moment. You decide how it feels to be you no matter what the world throws at you. That's power. That's leadership. That's freedom. The truth is, you'll never control everything that happens to you, but you can always control the state you live in. And when you control your state, you control your decisions. You control your reactions. You control your future. Too many people wait until they feel good to do something great. But peak performers, leaders, they do something great and then they feel good because they decide the standard and they live into it every single day, not based on emotions, but on commitment. So how do you raise your internal thermostat? You condition it. You train it. You become the person who doesn't dip when life gets chaotic. You become the one who rises above the noise. You develop rituals that keep you centered, focused, powerful. You don't leave it to chance. You prime your mind, your body, your emotions every day like it's your job because it is. Your life depends on it. Let other people ride the emotional roller coaster, not you. You're done being influenced by fear, by scarcity, by other people's moods. From this moment forward, you decide. You own your focus. You own your energy. You raise your vibration to such a level that the world has no choice but to meet you there or fall away. You want to lead, then lead from within. You were not built to adapt to your surroundings. You were built to transform them, to walk into darkness and light it up, to walk into uncertainty and bring certainty. That's what the thermostat does, and that's who you become when you stop reacting, start creating, and make your inner world non-negotiable. Set your standard and never drop it again, not for comfort, not for approval, not for anything. This is your new temperature now. Hold it, own it, live it.